let me take you guys to the next story, which we have, of which 10 years later, if you're a fan of Alikiba, is finally going to release another album. And the album is going to be called Only One King. And it's said that it's going to feature the likes of Patoranking, Sauti Sol, Sarkodie, and Calligraph Jones, among many other musicians. And it's set to come out in a week's time. That should be next week on the 7th.
Nice.
And on the 6th, it's going to have a listening party, and it's going to be strictly invite only. And apart from that, he's partnered with, let me get their name, I think it's called Ziki. Why do I? No, yeah, Ziki Media. Yeah. Which is run under the CEO Arun Nagar, and he says that they worked so hard in the projects, and also they spent quite a lot to make sure they gave the fans something they'd love, because having Alikiba release his last album 10 years ago, kind of high school. Yes. 10 years ago. Yeah. I was in high school because I left high school at 17. I'm 27, so wow, like literally no adult life.
God.
Okay.
I was in campus. That's what I was like, wow.
I was married. So they say they have invested a sizable amount of resources and put in a lot of efforts to make sure this came out. And Alikiba went ahead to to thank the management from Ziki, because they have a 360 strategic partnership with them. So making sure him alongside, and also as well as his record label, they worked hand in hand to make sure they do this. So in the next 10 days, you should be able to stream and hear and listen to his new album. Nice. So yeah.
Yo.
Oh,
that's what it says.
Oh my, Nana, you and this easy sound effects. The musicians, achana tu nayo, please.
Jackie,
you will kill me one day.
I am an Alikiba fan, as much as I love Harmonize and stuff. Yeah. But I love Alikiba, and just to know there's an album coming. My heart and soul is dancing.
He's actually very talented.
He is. I wish he was as consistent as Diamond is. I think that's the only difference.
Diamond works extra hard. Mukilala, he's still awake working. When you're awake, he's awake working. Like Diamond, he really works hard, of course, and he's talented. But Alikiba ni ile tu, ata akimba nika ata jaribu, nika naongea tu. So I'm excited to listen to that album. Yeah. Yes, and I do have the next story. Yes, and it is about Britney Spears. Remember, we were all talking about how she was under conservatorship. I have to say it slowly because you're Angusha. Right? So she's finally been, quote unquote, freed, right? And this was a ruling made by a judge. Let me just read the name of the judge who made that ruling. Right, so her father is the one who was like in control of her. Conservatorship means when another adult is in charge of another adult's physical, like, well-being, finances, and all of that stuff, because they're either mentally ill, old, or sick, right? So in Britney Spears' case, it's because, quote unquote, she was mentally ill, and he has been in control of her life in this way for the past 13 years. And a judge finally made a ruling saying that Mr. Spears is ordered to turn over all the conservatorship assets, like everything he has that belongs to Britney Spears that he was in control of, is going to be put back. Is going to be given back to Britney Spears. And of course, her lawyer Matthew Rosengart said Britney deserves to wake up tomorrow without her father as her conservator. It is what my client wants. It is what my client needs. It is what my client deserves. And of course, remember we did say a story here of her being engaged, and of course her fiance Sam Gary went to Instagram and said, free Britney, congratulations. And then he also put a picture of giving her a rose. So she's now no longer a conservatee.
Yeah. So she's okay now?
I hope so.
Was she sick in the first place?
I mean, Britney has done some very questionable things in her career, but like, I don't know. I hope she's fine now.
I hope so too. Yeah. Because we grew up listening to her music, man. She was such a rock star.
Hey me baby one more time. That one. But yeah.
So I hope she'll be fine.
Yeah, I really hope so. Because can you imagine, she's 39. Your father has been in control of your life for all those, you're turning 40.
Yeah.
And your dad is the one who's been making all the financial decisions, even the shows.
Even the personal needs, because that's
even
what
personal needs,
does.
Even your personal needs. They're like, I think it was finally time for her to, I hope this fiancé of hers is like the real deal, because again, her history with men is not that great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, freedom is good, especially when you're free to drink some Coca-Cola, because it's soda. But yes, make sure you grab yourself a cold Coca-Cola as you go home. Do share with your family. Take a snap, take a picture, post it, and comment up hivi chini Switch TV Kenya, and let us know how it's taking you. Is it cold? Is it kawaida room temperature? Ningesema kawaida temperature, but room temperature. Kunywa tu Coca-Cola.